Okay, here we are, live from the Jacuzzi, Sparks, Nevada. Mark Yaffe, jokes from the Jacuzzi, January 3rd, 2021 edition. New year, new jokes. Well, not that many new jokes, but hey, welcome. I hope you guys all had a good New Year celebration. Stayed safe, stayed healthy. I had a nice, quiet New Year's and wrote some jokes. Yeah, very exciting. That's the life I lead. But always good to be back in the Jacuzzi. What's going on? Yeah, there's already out the gate. We got weird news. 2021 has just started. Nothing's settled down. Still a bunch of craziness. I thought this was a bizarre story. In Japan, the Japanese Space Agency is manufactured its first all-wooden satellite to reduce space junk when it drops back to Earth, so it'll burn up on re-entry. Yeah, wooden satellite from Japan. Yeah, inspired by this, Guatemala announced its plans to launch its first cardboard rocket ship. Yeah. Minnesota town gave approval to a whites-only church. Yeah. The WWJD stands for We Want Just Dipshits. Oh, man, this is sad for my any skiing fans out there. Lindsey Vonn ended her engagement with NFL player PK Subban. Yeah, according to Vonn, according to the Olympic skier, the relationship peaked too early, turned icy, then went downhill quickly. All right, what else? And a woman tried to kill her parents. And she's claiming she's in a gluten-induced psychosis. Yeah, I'm guessing she's not getting gluten-free meals in jail. Flight every week, there's something crazy happens on an airplane. 2 Delta passengers and their dog exited the plane via an emergency chute. Yeah, I guess someone really had to pee. I think you guys probably saw this one. This is kind of big news. Archaeology, like, yeah, there's always big news in archaeology. We're all following that on social media. Archaeologists unearthed a 2,000-year-old fast food restaurant in Pompeii, Italy. Items found at the dig included a lunch counter, storage vases, and a perfectly preserved Big Mac. COVID-19, got to do a COVID-19. I'm sorry, I know it's a tough topic, but now they're saying the COVID-19 vaccine, or the COVID-19 is giving rise to antibiotic-resistant mutant super gonorrhea. Because we're getting so used to the antibiotics, our bodies are resistant to antibiotics, and now COVID-19 has helped give rise to super mutant gonorrhea, giving a whole new meaning to the term super spreader. A racing pigeon just sold for $1.9 million. Racing pigeon sold for $1.9 million. Good news, though, you can still get a racing hamster with a cage and a running wheel for around $30. Cockroach farming has expanded to over 100 operations in China. Did you know about this? Cockroach farming. What they do is they grind the cockroaches into protein animal feed. Yeah. Sounds like someone's working on another virus. Mitch McConnell, people are a little upset with Mitch. He called the stimulus payout socialism for the rich. Well, in his defense, you're considered rich in Kentucky if you make over $9,000 a year. What else? Doctors removed a coin that was lodged in a man's nose for 50 years. Yeah. Evidently, he ran out of space in his change jar. The man said he thought about removing the coin himself years ago, but he didn't want to blow it. Oh, yeah, that's where we're at, folks. So we're starting the New Year's with instead of farting jokes, nose-blowing jokes. And this other guy in England, not that the first guy was in England, but a man in England got drunk, paid £69, which is, of course, the English currency, to change his name to Celine Dion in a drunken stupor. Yeah, when he sobered up, realized what happened, he was planning on changing back to his regular name, but he's already booked 2 concerts and a TV appearance. Yeah. All right, that's it for news. Let me see if I got any new jokey jokes that I'm working on here. What the heck? We find the right spot. Yeah. I write them all down because I have a very poor memory. All right. Let's run some of these by you guys. Give me your 2001. Yes. I was talking to my daughters about how we grew up in the 1900s We were not raised the healthiest. You know, we were surrounded with DDT, lead paint, asbestos, red dye number 5, secondhand smoke, no seat belts. The parents weren't aware of healthy lifestyles or balanced diet. In the 1900s, the parents were always on some crazy fad diet, the cottage cheese, carrot cake, kerosene diet, or the potato, prune juice, pineapple diet. I think my dad was on the buttermilk, biscuits, and bourbon diet. I had an uncle on the watermelon, walnut, and lima bean diet. Yeah, he lost 43 pounds, his spleen, and the will to live. It was a different era. Our 4 basic food groups in the 1900s: fried, powdered, dipped, and battered. Right? We never had whole foods or fresh greens. The only whole food we ate was a donut. The only time we got fresh greens, the neighborhood bully was stuffing grass in our mouths. Now, our parents, they didn't believe in waste. Every scrap of food, of the leftover food, was served to us, right? One leftover dinner, my mom served us fish sticks, frijoles, and pancakes. And then we were a bipolar breakfast household. Some of you might have lived, I call it a bipolar breakfast household because when payday came around, we get some fun sugary cereals, Frosted Flakes, Trix, Cocoa Puffs. We ran out before payday. We had to eat the nasty adult cereals. We had like a Mucilix, puffed rice, Special K. Special K, nothing special about it. Barnyard animals wouldn't eat this stuff. And some of you might be old enough to remember grape nuts. Anyone remember grape nuts? Hold on, we're back. We're back. Okay, I don't know what I did. I don't know how to use a computer. Anyway, King Vitamin. Yeah. And did the Raiders win? By the way, Don, I didn't watch the game. I've suffered enough this season. So we had the nastiest cereals ever. They had a cereal in the 1900s. They still have it. It's called Wheat Germ. Wheat Germ. There's some marketing genius. What bacteria barley was taken. And Wheat Germ came in a glass jar. It was packaged less like a cereal and more like a rat poison. And instead of throwing out the old cereal, my mom was one of those people who would dump the old cereal on top of a box of new cereal. She wouldn't want any waste. Mom, you just contaminated a perfectly pristine box of Frosted Flakes with shards of stale shredded wheat. And now parents, you guys have to beg your kids to eat food. In 2 generations, we went from you better eat everything on your plate to please just eat something on your plate. Yeah, some people want to go back to the good old days. That's what they say. Yeah, before high taxes, school shootings, big government, or as Native Americans called it, the 1400s. Some things were simpler in the 50s, like 1950s. A lot of people say that was a simpler time. I don't want to go back to the 50s, right? Do you want to go back to the 50s? Unless you enjoy racism, segregation, McCarthyism, polio, bad doo-wop music. The only thing about the 50s, the sports was still a game. People played sports for the love of game. It wasn't some billion-dollar entertainment juggernaut with overpriced tickets, overpaid players, and overproduced games, right? Now we have 37 camera angles, 15 sideline reporters, 23 studio analysts, pre-game, post-game shows, mic'd up in player game interviews. In-game interviews, really? Who came up with this? Coach, what adjustments will you need to make in the second half to win the game? Probably stop talking to you and pay attention to what's happening on the field. And now, to follow any sporting event, you have to follow a barrage of game data. The average fan needs an advanced degree in statistical probability. Like, really, I don't care if Steph Curry made his three-point shot, or if Steph Curry's three-point shot had a 1.23 second release time, 10.8 revolutions per second rotation, and a 72.3 degree arc. I just want to know if he made the damn shot. Do we really need a statistic for every iota of every game? Dodger pitcher Clayton Kershaw is 15-5 against teams of the switch-hitting leadoff Venezuelan born in a Category 3 hurricane during a full moon in a leap year. Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers are 4-0 going into the third quarter when leading by 2 following a One Direction halftime concert sponsored by Coke Zero. All right, you guys, that's it for this week. I'll be back next Sunday. Be sure to go to my website, laughwithmark.com. I have a link to my podcast, How Does That Happen? I'm going to be interviewing the guy with the most frequent flyer miles ever. This guy's got like 10 million frequent flyer miles. I just interviewed Lynn Ruth Miller. Amazing, 87 years old. She started comedy when she was 70. It's a great podcast. So if you're into those things, you got the time, please check it out and support. And thanks again for watching Jokes from the Jacuzzi. All right, see ya.